It's the Carlos Amezcua Show here on the Patriot AM 1150. There is a movement to save Sriracha. Not to send Sriracha to Texas or to New Mexico or any place else, but right where it is, right there at home in Irwindale. And leading the way in helping David Tron keep the factory where it is Arturo Alas, otherwise known as Art. He was born and raised in the San Gabriel Valley, and he is what I call one of those citizens who decided to get engaged, to get involved, to do something that would make a difference in his community. Art, welcome to the program. Nice to have you with us here on The Patriot.
Thank you, Carlos. How are you?
I'm doing very well. So I know that this has been a controversial issue because the plant puts out some stinky smells, and some neighbors are upset and irate, and the city's trying to do something about it. It sounds to me like bad government, number one. David has done everything, according to the reports, because I've never been there, according to the reports that he's done, created a new filtering system. He's built an amazing plant there. He employs a lot of people. There's no reason for him to have to go someplace else. And you're saying, look, we got to work this out.
That's exactly right. You know, when I first heard about this story, I thought to myself, I got to go see for myself. You know, I can't make any judgments until I go there and take a tour of the plant and see if I would actually be bothered by the smell. So I did exactly that. And I took a tour of the plant, and, you know, I met a lot of the employees, some who have been with him over 20 years. And there was nothing there that actually bothered me. My eyes weren't tearing up. I wasn't coughing up blood or anything like that. So it was very strange to me that the city was being as harsh as they were. And when I found out that they hadn't been to the plant themselves, I mean, that to me just kind of put up a red flag. So I looked in a little bit further into the issue, and I found out that the Air Quality Management Control had already come out to investigate, because they had received several complaints, which the majority of them came from 4 households,
right.
One of them being from one of the members of the city council here in Irwindale. And so I went out there to investigate, and once he told me all of this, I had to ask him, please don't leave. I told him, we are battling this out, not just here in California, but this is happening across the nation and other states as well. It's not just California. And I told him, if you leave now, if we don't stand up for the American dream, for jobs, for freedom, for limited constitutional government, if we don't stand for that now, this is just going to follow you wherever you go.
The overreach here, even in city government, and this is the problem, that we have this sort of mentality now in America where government wants to overreach into our lives, to the point that this man who fled Vietnam in 1978 and the oppression of Vietnam and what he was trying to do was really just recreate himself, reinvent himself in the U.S., took the opportunity, and now he's built a fantastic business. Sriracha is among the most favored sauces in the world. I mean, this is a major success story. And he says, look, I can't believe that I'm now facing the kind of oppression that I was feeling in Vietnam, but I'm feeling it in the U.S.
That's exactly right. He kind of described them as the city council acting like they are kings, which, that's exactly, I think, the way a lot of citizens are feeling right now across the nation, but especially here in California. So I just asked him, I begged him, and I said, you know what, please consider staying here and fighting with us. Let's think of not just in the short term, but let's think of the long run. Let's think about future generations. And,
why did you get involved, Art?
Well, I got involved why I got involved politically in the first place. Is that what you're asking?
No, why did you get involved with Sriracha? I know you're running for Congress.
Well, the main reason I got involved with Sriracha is because once I heard that the company was considering leaving my district, I had to act. My district currently has over 12.1% unemployment, and we can't afford to lose another job. And I didn't see anybody advocating for the San Gabriel Valley, for the people of the 32nd district. So I said I have to step in and lead. A lot of people like to say a lot of things, but it's what you do. It's not what you say. But
you're a Republican. You're not supposed to care. You're not supposed to care about your neighborhood. You're a sellout because you're a Republican. You're Latino and you're Republican. What happened to you?
What happened to me was that I tried to start my own business. and I received a major tax bill once I did that, and I started to investigate more and more, and I didn't like what my government was doing with my money. So just in sheer frustration, I decided to get involved. And the more and more I looked at things, the more and more I saw that the Republican Party was a way for me to really change things in the direction that I felt the country needed to go.
Of course, I'm being silly and facetious because we hear that all the time, that Latinos are really not supposed to be on that side of the aisle, and so many of us are, and really misunderstood. And really, as conservative as we were raised as young people, because I think Latinos at their core are very conservative. We're strong in family values. We have faith. We are hardworking. All of the things that really embody what a conservative is, we are. So, and the other thing is that we also tend to get involved in situations like this, where we see a wrong and we want to right it. We don't want to go along with the status quo. You want to take charge. And I preach from this microphone all the time that our community should get involved. Our people should get involved in our community. And in this case, we're in a place where we're going to lose thousands of jobs, not just the Sriracha factory, but all the distributors, everyone that's out there. It all goes somewhere. And the community that surrounds the Sriracha plant, the restaurants and the little stores and all of that, all of the community there suffers as well when a big industry leaves.
That's correct. And what's been amazing about this whole thing is that, Sriracha is such a great product, and it's very popular, that we've had a great response from the community. And, with everything that's been happening in the country, especially, we're looking at Bundy Ranch, and we saw how when the people stood up to the federal government, they backed down. So we want to do the same thing here. We want to make a stand. We want to let them know that we're no longer going to put up with corrupt government, with overbearing government, and enough is enough. What
has to happen now? What are the steps, and what do you know about the process?
Well, as far as I know, the city is tonight going to sign the official paperwork saying that Sriracha is a public nuisance. So
they're a public nuisance, dude. Let me just tell you, the Irwindale City Council is a public nuisance. They're trying to get rid of jobs. They're trying to make David leave. Come on, people, wake up. Irwindale City is a public nuisance. Sorry, go ahead, Art.
That's exactly right. The real stench that's coming from Irwindale is not coming from Sriracha. It's coming from the City Hall.
Amen. I applaud that. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to be standing right there with you. That's absolutely the truth. I cannot believe, and I understand, look, when I was a kid growing up in Logan Heights in San Diego, it was a Latino-black mixed neighborhood. Right next to our neighborhood was a tuna packing plant. Not the Seaport Village that's there now. Tuna packing plant. You know how they stink? It smells to high heaven, but it was jobs. And our parents made money there. And it was terrific. And then when this whole thing started to happen, the packing plants left and San Diego suffered. And if Irwindale doesn't wise up, they're going to lose the plant and they're going to lose jobs, and then they'll eventually lose their election. So, Art, I appreciate you being on the program with us. So tell me about what you're doing tonight quickly.
Quickly, we're rounding up a lot of supporters. We're having a protest here right in front of Irwindale City Hall. So people can come out at 5 o'clock. We're all going to be here, and we're going to be speaking out against corrupt government. So if people want to find out a little bit more about it, they can go to electalos.com, and we have all the information there. All
right. We'll link on patriot.la to that so you can find out. Art, I wish you well, and I'd like to invite you to come back on the program to tell us how it all went.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Carlos.
Arturo,